Was good all day, fam. So that game was not competitive at all, actually, in my opinion. The Packers, they owned that game the entire. Yeah, they owned the Commanders the entire game. The Commanders, to me, they just looked so off. They looked tired. They looked sleepy. Jayden Daniels was quiet all game. I don't. I mean, like I said, I had already predicted the Commanders to lose this game. I said the Packers was going to win 31-26. ChatGPT said the Commanders was going to win 23-20. I don't know why ChatGPT thought that, but I said 31-26, and the actual score was 27-18. I wasn't too far off. I mean, a little bit, but not too far off. I gave the Commanders more points than what they actually scored. But yeah, two NFC teams, two different realities right now. The Packers, they are building something very scary. Well, Washington is searching for answers, it seems like. Yeah, so let's see here. My main takeaways. Micah Parsons, he changes everything. Let's start with the obvious. Micah Parsons is already redefining this Packers defense. Literally. Stat sheet says 2 tackles, half a sack. Reality, he completely disrupted Washington's offense. He drew 3 penalties, pressured Jayden Daniels on 21 snaps, and forced Dan Quinn's offense off rhythm all night. That pressure lit a fire under the whole defense. Rashawn Gary, Devontae Wyatt, Edgerrin Cooper, all of them are just flying around. 2 huge 4th down stops late. So this Parsons ripple effect, the Green Bay defense is legit and maybe one of the league's best right now. Literally, that's the effect of how great Micah Parsons is right now on this Green Bay's defense. The Commanders' offense, empty possessions. That's one of my takeaways. Washington's offense looked lost. 4 punts, 2 missed field goals, 2 turnovers on downs. They technically didn't commit a turnover, but it felt like they gave the game away possession after possession. Jayden Daniels threw 42. He threw 42 passes for just 200 yards. That's 4.7 yards per attempt. He was sacked 4 times and never made a dent with his legs. Dan Quinn even took the ball out of his hands before halftime on a bizarre 58-yard field goal attempt. That told me all I needed to know. They don't trust their own quarterback in crunch time right now, which is funny because last year he made a lot of fourth quarter, not a lot, but he made quite a couple fourth quarter comebacks, and this is my point. Like I said, I was telling you all 2 videos ago that I think Jayden Daniels is going to struggle this year, and I mentioned this. I said you cannot afford to allow the league catch up with you. If you allow the league to catch up with you, you are going to get worse. You're not going to get better. You have to keep evolving, and that's the thing with a lot of quarterbacks. They play a good year, and then they've kind of, they kind of just remain. And that's the thing. And so that's what I was feeling about with Jayden Daniels. Well, I never really was really that big on Jayden Daniels in the beginning. He did last year. He did a lot better than what I actually thought. But I know who his coach is, and his coach has a lot to do with how he's playing. And I mean, that's not a hate on him. That's just a fact. And you saw tonight, Green Bay was all in his face, and he was missing throws, and he wasn't able really to do much. He really wasn't. And so, I mean, Austin Eckler is out. Austin Eckler, I never liked Austin Eckler. He always frustrated me when he was with the Chargers, always. So he's injured. I knew it was a matter of time before he was going to get injured. He got no contact injury. Literally, nobody touched him. He just injured. I think it was an Achilles tendon or something. Yeah. That's Commander fans get used to that. Get used to a lot of those injuries. But I mean, hey, listen, it's not the end of the year. It's not the end of it's not the end of the world for the Commanders. I'm not saying that they're going to be terrible this year. I'm not saying Jayden Daniels is going to be terrible. I just think they're just going to be average. I just think they're probably going to end up being average this year. I really do. I mean, that's just my opinion. But let's see here. So the Packers offense, they've shown some flashes plus frustrations. Offensively, the Packers put up 404 total yards and 5 scoring drives. Jordan Love threw for 292 yards and 2 touchdowns. Tucker Kraft, he had a wonderful game. They're a huge tight end. I think he's like 6'5", 260. And Luke Musgrave combined for 156 yards at tight end. Kraft looks like he's breaking out as one of the best in the league already. But, and this is big, they left points on the board. They certainly did in a red zone turnover on downs, a touchdown called back, a missed field goal. Even Matt LaFleur looked frustrated at Love missing Matthew Golden on what could have been 2 game-breaking plays. So, yeah, good, not great, but the ceiling is very high for their offense. Yeah, so I'm talking about Jayden Daniels, but I don't really think Jordan Love had all that good of a game either. I think that Jordan Love is playing okay, but I don't think he's playing great. They're winning. They're 2-0, but it's not like Jordan Love is lighting it up. Really, they're 2-0 right now. I'm gonna go and say it. They're 2-0 right now because of Micah Parsons. That's why they're 2-0. Now, given the Lions offense couldn't really do much last week, but look what's going on right now. I mean, the Lions defense, I meant to say, couldn't really do too much last week on Jordan Love. But look at what the Packers is doing right now. They dominated the Lions offense. They dominated the Packers they dominated the Commanders offense. This defense is crushing right now. Literally. So, yeah, their defense is scary right now. Their defense is literally scary. I think this is the second week in a row no team has scored over 20 points. Injuries mounting. Jordan Reed left with a shoulder injury, which hurts Green Bay's receiver room just a little bit. Washington's night got worse with Austin Eckler going down with what looked like an Achilles. Okay, yeah, I took these notes. That's brutal for a team that already lacks balance offensively. Depth is about to be tested for both squads. So bottom line, the Packers are 2-0, looking like a real NFC powerhouse, led by a defense that just bullies opponents all around. The Commanders, they are 1-1, but the offense looks broken. If Dan Quinn and Jayden Daniels don't figure it out fast, this season could slip away early. So, they're going to need some help. They're going to need some running help, because you're not going to win with just keep tossing the ball with Jayden Daniels. It's not going to happen. And Austin Eckler is not the answer. They thought he might have been, could have been. I don't know why, but he's not. You need a heavy 3-down back that can really take off the pressure of Jayden Daniels. 42 passes for 200 yards. That's terrible. Terrible. Okay, so I don't know who the Commanders have next week or who the Packers have next week, but they're going to have to get together. And I think the Packers offense can be a lot better than what it is, because Jordan Love, he did miss some throws. So he needs to get better as well. But it's different realities for Jordan Love and Jayden Daniels. Jordan Love can literally lean on this offense, and Jordan Love can actually lean on the running game. They have a great running game. They have a great defense. So Jordan Love is in a good place. It can't be the same. It's not the same for Jayden Daniels. It's not the same. It's looking like the Commanders is depending too much on him, and that is what I was saying. That's why I think he's going to really struggle, because they're building that entire offense on around Jayden Daniels, and he's not a Josh Allen. He's not a Josh Allen, you know. And even Josh Allen has a good running game. Yes, James Cook. You know, I mean, so you especially for a very, very young quarterback, you need a really good running game behind him. A very good running game behind him. Or at least, if you don't have a very good running game, at least a very, very, very good, reliable tight end, which Jayden Daniels does have. Zach Ertz is pretty good. He's not bad. But you need a running game. A running game is better for a young quarterback than a tight end. So, and the Commanders doesn't have that, and I think Jayden Daniels is going to be struggling a lot this year. I think it's going to be a very quiet year for him, like it was for C.J. Stroud last year. And going, because C.J. Stroud, he didn't do absolutely nothing against the Rams. So, and I wasn't surprised. I picked the Texans to lose. So, that's it. That's all I have for you all. So, you all chime in. Let me know what you think. Please like, comment, share, subscribe. This is Reality Sports, where we keep it real, not watered down. Drop your thoughts below. Are the Packers a legit Super Bowl threat? And do you think Washington already has a quarterback? No, well, they don't have a quarterback problem. But do you think they have an offensive problem? What do you think? So, I'll see you all next time. This is All Day. Peace out.